Alright, Shalom, Shalom. It's Brother Yatazadak here of Israel. I'd like to start off by giving honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone. Right? So for today, we can go into Deuteronomy chapter 29. Going into the Hebrew, Lord willing, you're edified. Giving honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, Great Millstone. Right? Let's get right into it. Slakia. This is Deuteronomy 29:1, right? And it reads, Wayakwara'a Mashal al Kal Yashar Yasha'ala, right? Any because that word kwara means to call out, to read, or to meet in a sense of to meet in battle, right? So it says right, and it's you can compare it with the Greek Ecclesiastes, right? Ecclesi mean I believe that the or ek means out of, and Ecclesiastes means call out, right? So here we're reading, he called out Moses to all Israel, right? Waya Amar Alham Atam, and he said unto them, right? Because he would actually translate it as, and he said towards them, right? Because that word al, it just means to or towards, right? For example, if you say towards Jerusalem, you would say al Yerushalayim, right? Which is that is the Arabic equivalent of the ha, right? So we say in the Hebrew ha-ayar, meaning the city, but the Arabic, their equivalent of the ha would be al, right? Al ayar, right? So it says Ra'ayatham Atha Kal Ashar, right? Meaning you have seen you to all that which has done the Lord Aisha Yahweh before your eyes, La Yanyakam Ba'rataza Matazarium in the land of Egypt, to Pharaoh, La Pariah, Walakal Abad Yahweh, and to all his servants, Walakal Aratazawa, and to all his land, right? Verse 2, Ha Masawath, Ha Gadalath, right? Meaning to trials great, Ashar Ra'awa, which have seen your eyes, Ayanyaka, Ha Atha, right? Meaning to the signs, right? Because that word for sign means awath, right? But the plural, right? Sign would be awa. Awath means signs plural, right? Salakia. Waha Mapathiakam, right? And wonders, right? Great, Ha Gadalium, right? Haham, meaning which were made unto them, right? Because the subject matter is Pharaoh and his household, right? Which are those that are under his government, right? Just in modern terms. Verse 3, La'a Nathan Yahweh Lakam, meaning it has not given the Lord unto you, right? Lab, ladaitha, hard to know. Wa ayanyam, and eyes to see. La ra'awath, right? And ears, wa azanyam, to hear. La shamai, even to ad, means even. Till today, hayawam, hazah, this, right? As in this very day, right? Wa'alaka, Rasulaki wa awalaka, atakam, right? And I led thee, right, 40 years, Arabayim, Shana, in the wilderness, Bama Dabar, right? La'a, Balwa, meaning they have not weared away, right? Because that word bal means not, and it also means worn away, something that wears away, right? Your clothing, Shalamath Yakam, from upon you, Ma Ila Yakam, right? And your shoes, Wa Nayal Ka, did not wax old, La'a Balta, from upon your feet, Ma'al Regal Ka, right? Lacham La'a Akal Thumb, bread you did not eat, Wa Yayan, and wine, and strong drink, Wa Shakar, because that word Shakar means reward, hireling, or it also means strong drink, right? So anything, vodka, any kind of spirit, whiskey would be considered shakar, right? And then you have wine, la'a, shata yatam, right? And strong drink you did not drink, right? Lamayan, tadaiwa, so that you may know, because I am the Lord your power. Kaya, Anaya, Yahweh, Allah Yakam. Verse 6, Wataba'awa, Al Hamakwam, and, right, when you entered to the place this, Hazah, and he went out, Wayataza'a, Sayachan, meaning Sihon, Malak, Habashan, the king of Heshbon, Wa'ag, and Og, Malak, Habashan, the king of Bashan, right? To meet you in battle, La Quara'a, Thanawa, La Malkama, Wanakama, right? Meaning, and you smote them, right? And that word Malkama is really Ma Lakama. Ma meaning of, Lakama means to fight. Verse 7, Akwak, Atha, Aratazum, and you took to his land, right? Wa Nathana, and was given Wa Nachala, to inherit to the Reubenites, La Ra'a Benaiah, and to the Gadites, Wala Gadaya, and the half tribe of Manasseh, Wa Lachataziah, Shabbat HaManashaya, right? So the way you say Israelite is Yasha'ala, or Yasha'ara, Yasha Allah Yah, right? Because the Yah at the end is where the small hats get that name Israeli from. It's their, it's, I believe that's the Yiddish way of saying Israelite, right? Which they're not. They're imposters, right? Um so yeah, that's how you would say Manashite. Manashite be Manashaya. Gadite would be Gadaya, right? Um, and that word Chatazaya, let's take a look at it. Deuteronomy 29:7, right? Salakish, bear with me. Alright. Salakia. Deuteronomy 29 and 8, right? Hatazaya, meaning half or a part, right? Half, middle, part, two parts, right? It's in the sense of dividing, right? And when you read about arrows, they're actually called Khatazaya as well, because that is what an arrow does. It parts in half its target via the arrowhead, right? Now let's get that actually. Hatazah, to cut, split in two, to half, divide. Let's see what else we got right here. Hatazah, to divide into two parts, right? Let's see, arrow. Salakia. Hatazaya. Parling Nation, Arrow, Strong's, is it H2678, right? And it also means half, middle, right? Deuteronomy 29 and 8, Washamar Thumb, Athad Dabarya, right? And you will keep to the words of the covenant this, Ha Barayath Hazath, and do them, Wa Ashayatham, Atham, Lamayan, so that you may be prudent, Tha Shakayalwa, Atha Kal Ashar, to all that which you will do. Tha Aishawan, right? Because that word shakal means to be prudent, to have insight, or to look well unto your ways, right? For example, you say, he that looks well unto his ways is wise, would be Ya Shakalwa, uh, Tawab, Darakwa, right? Hakama, right? Um, Deuteronomy 29:9. Atham natazabayim hayawam kalakam. Right, meaning you you stand, you are standing this day, all of you, before the face of Yahweh, Lapanai Yahweh, Lord your power, Allah Hayakam, right, your heads, Ra'ash Yakam, Shabbat Yakam, your tribes, your elders, Zakwan Yakam, and your officers, Washatar Yakam, right? Call Ayash Yasher Allah, right? All men of Israel. Wa, it's like your top come, Nashaya come, meaning your little ones and your wives, and your sojourners, Wagar Ka, which are in the midst, right? Ashar, Bakorab, Machanaya Ka, right? Which are in the midst of your camp, right? Ma Khatab, right? From the hewer of wood, Ataziyaka, of your wood, even Ad, to the drawer of water, Sha'ab, Maya, Maya Ka, right? Ma meaning of, Yamaya, right, means water, or Yamayim, right? So it's plural Yamaya or Yamayim. That means water, plural, right? Deuteronomy 29:11, right? La Ibaraka, right? You will cross as in entering, right? Into a covenant, Ba Barayath, with the Lord your power, Yahweh Allahayaka, right? Wa Ba Alathwa, right? And upon these, right? Right, what is it? To enter in covenant with your God, which you guys concluding, right? And upon these, Ashar Yahweh Allahayaka, which the Lord your power will make with thee, Karath Amka Hayawam. Right. So let's explore that word. Deuteronomy 29:11. Right. Let's check that out. See what that says. Salakia. Just bear with me. Deuteronomy 29:7. Right. Let's see. Where's Salakia? Or was it? Yeah. The verses are just off because the Safaria app has a number differently. So it's 13. Let's see. You may establish you and other people unto himself. Oh, 12. Alright. So that word alha means oath, Salakia. My bad. La Ibaraka, to enter into covenant, Ba Barayath, right? Because the actual way that would be written would be La Ba'awa right? To enter, right? Because that word ba'a means to enter, or bawa'a or baya'a. But this says, right, to cross over, as in, you're entering into a covenant, right? For example, when you have a certain track, or that's not a good analogy. Let's say you're running a race, right? You have, before you cross that line, that is, you're still in the race, but as soon as you go to the other side of the line, right, that means you completed the race, right? So you're entering into from the beginning of the race, or the duration of the race, into the end, but you're crossing over the line to do that, right? If you can understand. La ibarka ba barayath, right? To enter into covenant of the Lord of your power, Yahweh lahayaka, right? And upon his oath, Waba Althawa, or Slaki, yeah, Waba Alathwa, right? Ashar Yahweh Alahayaka, which the Lord your power will make with thee this day. Karath Imka Hayawam, right? But that word Karath means to cut, right? As in, how they say in the world, you're cutting a deal or whatever. Jake, that's what Jake says, right? That's, this is Jake writing this, right? If you're, caught up and you have to snitch, Jake, certain Jakes, they'll cut a deal with Esau, right? Deuteronomy 29:12. La Mayan Ha-Quayim Athaka, so that he may raise up unto thee this day Hayawam, unto himself, or unto him Lawa, La'im, for a people, because that word La means for or to. Here it's for a people, right? Wa Hawa, Yahaya Laka, and he will be unto thee for powers, right? La Alahayim, or your God, right? But that is actually plural. Alahayim is it actually doesn't mean God, it just means power, right? Powers, right? Which is the Lord of hosts, right? Yahweh Tazabawath Ma Ha Alahayim, or Ma Alahayim, Yahweh of hosts, of powers, right? Meaning the powers in the heavens, right? Which are the actual the angels, which you cannot see in this mortal realm, right? Ka Ashar, the Bar Laka, like which he has spoken unto thee. Waka Ashar Nashabai, and like which he has sworn unto your fathers. La Abatayaka, right? To Abraham, La Abarham, La Yatazahak, to Isaac and to Jacob, Wala Ya'aquab, Wala'a Atakam, Labadkam, and not with you only, right? I, Anakaya, Karath, right? Cut to the covenant this, Atha Habarayath, Hazath, Wa Atha Ha'alha, and to these, right? Or it's like to the oath this, right? Ha-alha. So when you read alha, Sometimes it means oath or these, as in these things here, right? Slakia. Kaya ata ashar Yashanwa, right? Because to those which they are dwelling here, pa, right? With us, I'm Nawa, right? Which is where you get the word Emmanuel, which means God is with us. I'm Iman Nawal Allah, right? Or right, the power is with us, as in Yahweh, the Most High God, right? Which is why Yahushua was called the Prince of Peace, right? Emmanuel, right? Because he was the one to bring forth the gospel, mainly the things that would happen in these latter days, right? You have the Charagma, right? You have the destruction of Edom. You have the other nations, they're going to be destroyed. World War III, right? Armageddon, martial law, FEMA camps, right? 2/3 of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans will be destroyed with thermonuclear fire, right? Thus saith the Holy Bible, right? And you other nations, you're really just walking charcoal, right? And you have no inheritance with the Israelites, right? Your end in the kingdom of heaven will be hardcore slavery for 1,000 years. Esau is going to be set on, he's going to be piled up, and we're going to set him on fire, which is a so-called white man, and he's going to be done away with, right? Bashem Mashiach Yahushai, right? Burn you goddamn devils up. Why? Because you lived off the sword. Bloodshed, rape, robbery, and murder, right? So you gotta pay, right? Goddamn devil. But just to be clear, our people are scattered everywhere, so you have certain, right? This isn't based off color. This is based off your bloodline, right? Our people look like certain of our people look like so-called Caucasian, so-called Arabic, so-called Chinese, because we're scattered everywhere. That was part of the what happened to Israel, right? Which is why scriptures say that the Lord gathered a great multitude, right? Besides 144,000 out of every kindred, tribe, and tongue. And that's mainly here in America, Babylon Great. So if you're here in America, Babylon Great during this time, the Lord brought you here either to receive your to be destroyed, right? If you're an Israelite, or to be delivered. Simple as that, right? And what else was I gonna say? So yeah, we're scattered everywhere, but the majority do look like so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. But we mixed in with these other nations as well, right? But the Lord gave the description of the tribes. He gave the 12 tribes chart. He gave the doctrine, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Harlem, New York, 1 West, 125th Street, right? Rabbi Abba Bivens, right? Which was the prophet Elijah returning before the great day of the Lord to turn back the hearts of the fathers unto the children, and the children unto the fathers, right? Meaning those that received this understanding, they gave it to others, and they continued in their labors. And so now those that had entered into their labors are the sons turning back into the fathers, right? And the elect being gathered up, right? But anyways, Kaya Ata Ashar, right? Because to those which they dwell here with us, Imanawa, right? They are standing, Imad, this day, Hayawam, before the Lord, Lapunaya Yahweh, right? Our power, um, Allah Hayanawa, right? Um, and right. Oh yeah, Isaiah 11:11, right? Of course, you have a small amount that are in these other nations like Africa, Assyria, which is modern day Iran, Turkey, right? That they're gonna survive World War III, and they're not gonna get delivered in a sense. The chariots aren't gonna come and get them. We're gonna come and get them after, right? We've been given spiritual power. Abu Ratazah, Yahweh Shem Yoshai Ratazah, if we're of that number, right? So we're gonna gather them. There is not a second wilderness, right? Despite what other camps say, there's no such thing. The book of Revelation says, right? He said, "Come up hither," and they marveled greatly, right? And they were astonished. It's talking about the chariots, right? Wa'atha, Ashar, Ayanawa, and which are not unto us, or Salaki, which are not here, Pa, with us, Imanawa, this day, Hayawam, right? Kaya Atham, Yadai Thum, because you know, Atha, Ashar, Yashab Nawa, to those which have dwelt in the land of Egypt, Ba'aratazah Matazarium, Wa Atha, Ashar, Ibarnawa, and to those which, right, we have crossed over, right, meaning we have passed through, right, Bakorab in the midst of the nations, Hagwayim, right, Ashar, Ibartham, which, right, you pass through, right? So yeah, you can use it in the sense of pass through, to cross over, right? It's used in a variety of applications, right? Deuteronomy 29:16, right? And this doesn't mean we took heathens, we passed over these other lands, and we went to the Cushites. All right, come with us, We took the Cushite men, Cushite women. All right, and now we gotta go to the land of right, Aram. Okay, let's get some of them. Let's go to Elam. All right, then we're gonna go to the land of Moab, which is where they were here, right? After they came out of Egypt. No, that's just saying that during their journeys they took women, right, which were of these other nations, and they had children with them, right? And they passed through. They took women unto them, right? And they had children from them, right? With heathen women, right? Because remember, the great multitude was destroyed, right? So the Lord never made a covenant with heathens, right? Deuteronomy 29:16. Watha Ra'awa, Atha, Shekwatazayaham, and you have seen to the detestable things, or slack it, to their right? To their detestable things, right? Because that word Shekwatazah means to detest, meaning their idols, right? Their carvings, their engravings, whatever the case may be, right? When you bow down to it, that's idolatry. That is the ultimate form of idolatry. Or that is what the definition of idolatry is, right? or the right, because you can have an idol in front of you, right, and you're still going off because you're being enticed into that's idolatry, right? Because some camps say, oh, we can have, paintings, and as long as you don't bow down to it, you can have Caesar Borgia or whatever the case may be, because the law says unless you bow down to it, then you're committing idolatry. No, if you have any type of graven image, and you make a prayer, you light candles to it, any kind of oblation, that's idolatry, right? Wa'atha galal yaham, and to their dungy things, because that word galal means dung, right? So we call the idols of these nations detestable things, dungy things, dung, right? Aitaza wa'aban, of wood and stone, kasab wazahab, silver and gold, ashar, right? I'm hum, which were with them, right? Pan Yashab come, right? Lest there dwell, right? Unto you, right? Lest there be dwelling unto you a man, Ayash, Wa Asha, or a woman, Awa, meaning or, means or, Mashapacha, right? Or clan, Wa Awa Shapat, or tribe, Ashar Lababwa, which to their heart they have turned Panah, right? Because Panaya means face, but Panah or Panayawa, right, means to turn, right? As in turning into it to a direction, to go into direction, right? Turn your head, whatever the case may be. Hayawam, this day, right? Ma'im, from Yahweh, our power, Allah Hayanawa, right? To walk, La Lakath, to serve, La Ibad, Atha, Allahaya, to the gods, right, of the nations, Hagawayim, which are unto them, Haham, Pan Yasha, lest there be in you, Bakam, Sharash, meaning root, right? Para, meaning which is para means fruit or fruitful, right? But here it means root, which has para. That's a derivative of parar, which means to break, right? So it says a root, right, of the breaking of the head, right? As in, somebody that turns from the Lord, right? Wala aina, right? And wormwood, right? Let's get that real quick. Deuteronomy 29:17. Slakia. Let's see. La aina, right? Wormwood. That's all that it means. So when you read in the book of Revelation, right, this is the word for wormwood. La aina. Right? Deuteronomy 29:18. Wahaya, Bashamaiwa, Atha Dabarya. Right, no come to pass, if upon hearing to the words these of the oath, Salakia, Ha-alha, this, Hazath, right, Waha Thabarak, and he blessed himself, he bless and he bless, right, Wah means and, ha meaning he or the, Thabarak meaning bless to his heart, Balababwa to say, La Amar Shalawam meaning peace or prosperity, peace I will have unto me, or Salaka, peace will be unto me, Yahaya, Laya, right? Because Kaya, Bashararwath, right? Because upon the I believe that word, it means something that is like sharar, like to pervert, perversion, right? So the root is sharar, but the word for Strong's H307 is shar yarath, right? Shar yarath, hardness, stubbornness of heart, firmness, stubbornness, right? In the sense of twisted, firm, obstinacy, right? In the sense of a perversion, right? Psalms 81 and 12, so I gave them up unto their own hearts' perversion, and they walked in their own counsels, right? Neither shall they walk anymore after the perversion of their evil heart, right? So that's what it means, right? And the root, slack. Bear with me. So it says the root is sharar, meaning firmness, stubbornness, right? So we're going to look at the root, which is Strong's 8324, Jacinius Hebrew Lexicon, meaning to twist, to twine, like a rope, right? To twist, to twine like a rope, right? So that's what it means, sharar. Lead me, O Lord, Psalms 5 and 8. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of my enemies. Make thy way straight before my face, right? So here it's saying enemies, right? Enemies, right? Which is right, Salakia. To be hostile, opponent, enemy. It's not what it's talking about. That word hostile is ayab. Salakia. All right. So let's get Salakia. Sharar, which is where you get the word prince from, which is Shar or Yashar, right? Which is right, the prince of or Salakia. The root for Yashar or Shar, meaning prince, is actually sharar. It means to twist, to twine like a rope. Right? Doesn't mean be hostile. That doesn't make no damn sense. Right? Because let's look at prince. Look that up. Slack, yeah. Put the wrong thing in there. The word for prince. And let's look at the lexicon. Hebrew Chaldaic lexicon. Sharar, right? See that? That's what happens when you study. You know, you get some you get some sense about yourself, right? And that's the whole point, right? To seek wisdom, right? More than riches. Sharar, prince, to hold dominion, to make oneself a prince. But it's in the sense of to be, act as a prince, to rule, right? So it's another word for rule, right? You have mashal, means to rule, but it also means proverb, and it also means assimilate, as in assimilation, right? That's what Esau does, right? That's what it says in the book of Genesis. When you read Genesis chapter 4, right? The Proto-Edomite, which was Cain, which were the Canaanites, not the Canaanites, the Canaanites, right? Which they perished in the flood, right? Which is why Esau is going to be cut off as well on this side, is because he has touched innocent blood, right? So yeah, you know, Sharar, which means dominion altogether. Slack, that's not what I was looking for. Actually, I'm not going to look that up. You can look that up yourself. Mashal, right? So this is what Esau does. He heapeth all people unto himself by combining these philosophies, these ancient Babylonian customs, ancient Cushite customs, right? And the word Cush, which is Kawash, is actually means ka, means like. Wash is supposed to actually be, it's shortened for Wa'ash, meaning Wa meaning and, Ash means fire, right? So, right, which is why the I believe there were some Arabs that called them Cushites first, because that word Kawash means burnt face, right, or face of fire, right, or Salakia, like fire, as in it's talking about their countenance, right? And when you look at certain Cushites, you know, they got these little red little beady eyes, look like they're kind of like, you know, like they're on fire, right? And they just have like a you know, different kind of look, right? Ethiopian people, right? These are the biblical Cushites. These are Hamites. Well, you got some Jakes scattered in there, you know, that look like Cushites, you know, because they took Cushite women and they made Cushite children, and they made Israelite children, but they kept the characteristics of the Cushite mother, which is the women are just vessels, you know. All right, so let's see, Ethiopian, right? This is what you would call a purebred Ethiopian. You know, you can tell there's a look. They got those little red eyes, like they're burning with fire, right? You see, which is why they were called Kawash, which is short for Ka'ash, because the wash is like saying Wa'ash, right? For example, right? Ka, wa, sha, right? But that's shortened for Ka Wa'ash, meaning Ka like, Ash fire, right? Because they're and burnt face doesn't mean burnt face literally. It just means like fire, because they that's how they look, right? Here's another one. This is what you call. Well, she looks like she's a little light skinned, so she's probably mixed with something. But that's that fire kind of countenance, right? It's what you would call a purebred Kushite. This little one as well, you know. You don't really got the that might be a Jake actually, But yeah, they have a certain look. Let's see. Nah, that's not it. Right. Um. Right. And while I was in that, Slovakia, let me go back. Right. Since I mentioned the Hebrew Chaldaic lexicon, right, which is another word for Syriac, right, which is derived from the Hebrew, right? Because all languages are derived from the Hebrew, right? The tongues were confounded, right? So their form of writing came out different. Their words were, they're just like you notice. Certain time when you go into these lexicons, you'll see Ethiopic, you'll see Syriac, you'll see Arabic, right? And you might see some Samaritan, right? You might see some Egyptian mixed in there, right? Because these are all right. Hebrew is the pure language, right? Um, so that word Syriac. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 5. Is um is derived from the Hebrew word sharak or sharakwa, which means noble vine or goodly vine, right? You have karam, which is a vine, and you have sharak, which means goodly vine, right? Um, Salakia, just bear with me. Isaiah 5 and 2, right? And he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof and planted it with the choicest vine, right? And that's talking about the nation of Israel, right? Which started off with what? With Jacob, right? Which took a wife out of the kindred of his people, out of the land of Chaldea, which was in Mesopotamia. Lower Mesopotamia is Babylon. Upper Mesopotamia, right, is we had places like Aram, which was a land, right? Like in Deuteronomy 26, the oath of the or Salakia, not the oath, but the ceremony of the first fruits, the confession of first fruits. It says our forefather was in Aramean Abad, meaning lost, because he was around idolaters, which is where these other, right, Arabs, which they claim to be, right, they think they're Ishmael, but whether you believe it or not, the 5 sons of Shem and their respective tribes are still here today, right? You have Aram, Arphaxad. You have Aram, Arphaxad. You have, I believe it's Lud. Let's get that real quick, actually. Shem. Because whether you believe it or not, those people are still here today. But in these modern days, they think they're Arab. Arab just means mixed. But they think they're Ishmael. They're not Ishmael, right? A lot of them are Elamites, right? East Indians, right? They're just drunk off of Islam, bugged out. And that's because of Esau, right? Because he's the one that pushes lies upon the planet Earth, right? So the five sons of Shem are still here. The sons of Ham are still here, right? The Cushites, the Canaanites, right? If you watch a Negroes and Hebrews movie, right? The Canaanites are what? The Pygmy tribe, right? Come on now. It's still here today, but they think they're mixed. They call themselves mixed, right? And Ishmael isn't even what is it? Them ones that have Esau set up a lot of these I believe that's the Arab Emirates, UAE or something like that. Them are Edomites that mix with Ishmaelite women. They work for Esau, right? They are Esau, right? But then you got Iran, which is I recently read that they got rid of the online. They got rid of the what is it called, the censorship police. Why? Because their economy is dying, right? And that's because Esau knows that these because them are actual Arabs around amongst them mixed people. There is actual Ishmaelites among them, but it's not all of them, right? Them are actually they're actually Arabs, right? But UAE, right? Prince la 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 la, those are Edomites, right? But in Iran and all that, there's Ishmaelites there, right? And they were given fruitfulness, right? But the point is, right, I recently read online, right, that they're getting rid of the censorship police because their economy is failing. Why? Because that's prophecy. Obadiah chapter 1 says what? That the nations that were eating up thy bread, they have lifted up themselves against thee, right? And Esau knows that. Esau knows he has a short time, right, to put everyone back into perpetual slavery, right? He's not going to stop, right? The other nations are not going to stop. The Lord is going to stop this, right? Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, right? Shalak Rayam, call Hagawayim, call Adawamium, right? Hamashapatium, Wa Ma'ad, right? Amen, right? Just threw up a curses on you goddamn freaks, right? But yeah, that's why these other nations are failing, right? That's why China has what? They have a real estate crisis, right? And the British own them, right? The British own these right? These the United Arab Emirates, right? Them ones at the top, those are Edomites, right? You devils are sick. You gotta die, right? Sick bastards. But anyways, right. So I'm not gonna go over that. But the sons of Shem are still here. Sons of Ham are still here. Sons of Japheth are still here. Right? They didn't go nowhere. Right? They didn't. They didn't go. They didn't go to Russia. They're not in Russia. They're not. They're not in South America. Right? Those 5 tribes. Let's get that actually. They're still where they were since right, the establishment of their tribes and respective clans, which is a tribe within a tribe, right? Which is Mashapach, right? And they're still, and the Fertile Crescent, they're still, they're still here. They're here in America. They're in China, right? Esau is scattered everywhere as well. Esau is in Europe. Esau is in the Western world. Esau is in the Middle East, right? And Esau has been made marriages with Ishmael, right? So they've been in covenant, right? This is nothing new, right? Let's see, Genesis 10 and 22, the children of Shem, Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram, right? Which we come from Lud, right? Which is why they were kinspeople, because we come from Shem. But we're not the same people, right? We have the same patriarch, right? Which is Adam, right? Noah, who survived the flood, right? Or Salakia, Adam, Adam, Noah, Shem, right? And that's about it, right? Other than that, you idiots are done as well, So yeah, you have Elam, Asher, right? They're still there, right? They're still in Mesopotamia, but now it's called Turkey, Iran, right? India, Pakistan, right? What do they call them? I don't know. They got some kind of bugged out name. Junjubi, Punjabi, right? Hindi. Those are Elamites, and you got some of these other tribes of sons of Shem. You got Asher mixed in within there. Ashawar, which is Ashawar. You got sons of Aram mixed in there. Lud, Arphaxad, right? They're all mingled together, right? And the Lord did that, right? And you kissing a fucking rock, getting herpes and shit, right? Sick fucks. Deuteronomy 29 and 18. But anyways, let's get back to the lesson, right? I think I took a little. I'm already at the hour mark, so Salakia. But you got to talk about, right, what's going on in the modern times, because that's what prophecy is about, right? Showing, right, separating the clean from the unclean, right? That's the job of the servants of the Lord, the prophets. We are the prophets. We are the children of the prophets, We're the people of the book. There's no other people of the book, like the Arabs say. Right? We are those people. Israel, Yasha Allah, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right? So-called black, Hispanic, Native Americans, the 12 tribes. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, that's us. You will never be like us. Period. Right? So yeah, that word sharar, right? That just means perversion, right? Or sharar in the sense of twisting, right? Which is where you get the word prince. You read about that in the book of Numbers, right? At least when those that rose up against Moses, they said, "Who made thee a prince over us, or a ruler over us?" Right? So it says, "Basharar wath labaya," upon the perversion of my heart. Alaka, meaning I will walk, or Salaki, I will go. Lamayan, so that. Sapwath, I may add. Um, um, Hara, meaning to conceive. Right? Ha Atha, Ha Tazama, to conceive to my thirst. Right? So let's see, conceive, I believe that's what it is. Conceive, right? As in to, you will add to bring forth to your thirst, right? Salakia, bear. Bring forth. That's too many results for that. Have I conceived all these people? I believe that's in Numbers. Salakia. Bible Hub. Right? Numbers 11 and 12. That might be it. Let me see. Salakia, just bear with me. Numbers 11 and 12. Bingo. Hurrah. Right? To conceive. Right? Conceive. Become pregnant. The Arabic says abal, Salakia, aban. Both fathers, 4 parents. Or iban. But hara meaning to conceive, right? But what you actually get, this is why you can't always go off the blue letter, right? Because this will tell you, let's get that, Deuteronomy 29 and 18. Deuteronomy 29, Salakia. Did I go over that word for root? Sharash, that means root. Oh yeah, I was supposed to touch on the Syriac. Salakia. Let me do that real quick. Damn. You see? There's always learn something new every day. Right? So this is supposed to say rawah, rawah, satiated with drink. Nah. See, this was what the blue letter does. It, it complicates the Hebrew, right? When it's not even that, it's not that complicated, right? To conceive, to bring forth thirst, right? In that sense. But let's go to Isaiah chapter 5, right? I believe that's verse 2. Salakia. Forgive me for that. Sharak, meaning choice vine, right? That's all it means. But look at this. In Syria, or Salakia, let me read the whole thing. Sharak, Sharakwa, Sharkwa. A shoot, a tendril, a nobler kind of vine. According to Abu Walid, Abu Walad, right? Abu Walid, growing in Syria, right? What is this called? The Genesis Hebrew Chaldaic, right? Which is right, Arpaxad means, right, let's get that real quick. Let's just do this real quick. Let's just get it. Arpaxad. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Right? Arpak Kashad, right? Right, which is where you get the word Chaldean from, Kashadium. That means Chaldean, right? Because these are all the same people, right? That are there today, right? Arpak Kashad, or Slakia. Arpakshad, right? Son of Noah, I shall fill as the breast. No, that's not what it's talking about. Let's see. I know Shad means devil, or breast, or violence, right? Ka mean like devil, or like breast, or like violence. Arap, Arap, Rapa. That sounds like harap, meaning cold weather, or in the sense of to insult, right? Which is harap. The Arabic says right, and that reminds me, like that word Pakistan. Supposedly Pak means pair, and Stan means people, right? But I'm not saying that has nothing to do with this. That's just, a little something. So let's see, meaning dubious derives from Arpathan, meaning boundary. That might, never know. Arap, meaning defined limit, right? You got some Ethiopic in there as well. Um, but yeah, you get what I'm saying, right? You got Elam, which means hidden, right? Or to hide, which is why that Sanskrit, they got. I went over in one of my videos. They got like one word. It means like 20 things, like because they know who they are. They got that's why they got so many dialects, right? Because they're ancient people. They go back to Shem, sons of Shem, right? Or son of Shem, or Paxad, right? Lud, which is Slakia, Lawad, right? Supposedly they say that's the Lydians, but that's not what it's talking about. Aram, meaning exalted or proud, in the sense of being exalted and being proud, right? But anyways, Isaiah chapter 5, right? Isaiah 5, what does it say? Syriac, Sharak, meaning noble vine, right? Because the Lord took a people from a people and made it into a nation through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Which is right, right, of the root of Adam, which is Yahushua, right? Yahushua came as Adam, he came as Isaac, right? He came as Solomon, and he screwed up, right? But then he came as Yahushua, right? As himself. This is the final step of the elect, right? We're returning as our true selves, right? We're not gonna go off, right? Lord willing, brother, that number, right? Starting with the 144,000, those that have the 100% sound understanding, right? We're actually coming back as our original selves, right? Because all these other times we came into the earth, right? As reprobates, right? We went off, in past times, but this time it's not. This is it. We're coming back as unto ourselves, right? Like Yahushai, right? Isaiah 5 and 2, Sharak. And why are we doing that? Because it's in our spirit. Simple as that. Growing in Syria, noble wine. The Arabic says Sarayak, which is where you get the word Syriac from. Just means noble vine. Or noble, as in a noble language. Right? Chaldaic is just the Lashawan Hak Kashadium, the language of the Chaldeans, right? Which I believe that might be upper Mesopotamia, right? Right, and you have Arabic, that just means mingled, mixed language. And then you have what's called Urdu, which it means of two camps, right? The mixed tribes, because that's a mix of what do you call it? Damn, Elam's language, I keep forgetting. Sanskrit and these other Arab peoples. So that word Urdu, it just means two hosts or two camps. Right? They use that to communicate amongst themselves internally. Right? Sawarayak, right? It's called in Morocco Turkey, the Persian, right, which are Elamites, is Ka Shamash, meaning like the sun, right? Um, so yeah, that's all that it means. But anyways, I don't want to go too much into that. See how many verses we got left. 19. Right, so we got about 10 more verses, right? So let's go ahead and run through these real quick. La ya aba Yahweh salach lawa, meaning he will not be able, the Lord, to forgive him, because az, meaning then, ya aishan, right? That means I believe that means smoke. Deuteronomy 29:19. Let's get that real quick. Deuteronomy 29:19. Right, Aishan, smoke, right? That's all that it means. So it says, then he will smoke his anger up, Yahweh, wa kwana thawa, and his jealousy upon the man, ba'ayash ha hawa, he, wa rabataza, and he will lie down upon him, bawa, kal alha, all of these things which are written, ha kataba, meaning all the curses, the plagues, right, known and unknown in the land of Egypt, basapar, in the book of this, hazah, wa macha, and will blot out the Lord Yahweh to his name, atha shamwa, mathachath hashemayim, from under the heavens. Waha badayalwa Yahweh la raya, and you will separate unto him the Lord for evil. Makal Shabbatia, from all the tribes of Israel, Yasha'ala. Kakal Alwath, like all of these things, Habarayath, which are in the covenant, which is written, Ha Kataba, in the book, Basapar, of the law, Hathawara, Hazah, meaning this. Wa Amar Hadawar, and will say the generation afterwards, Ha Harwan, Banyakam, their sons, Ashar Yakwamwa, which they will be raised up after them, Ma Achar Yakam, Waha Nakarya, and the stranger, Ashar Yaba'a, Ma Arataza, which goes in, which enters into the from a land afar off, Rachakwa, and will see Wa Ra'awa, to the plagues, Atha Makwath of the land, Ha Ratazah, Ha Hawa, this, Wa Atha Tha and to the sicknesses, right? Which Shar Chala, meaning to begin or to pronounce, because that word or Salakia, which he will inflict, right? Because that word I believe it's chalaya, means sicknesses, right? But the word is halal. The root word is halal, means to profane, right? To all the sicknesses which he will pronounce or profane the Lord upon it. Yahweh Baha, Kaparyath, Wa Malach, right? And it will be that word Gapar, I believe it means in the sulfur, right? That word malach means salt, right? Let's get that real quick. Salakia, just bear with me. So Gapar meaning brimstone, but that's not what it means. The word Gapar just means as in like tree sap, right? Or resin, right? As in when wood is burnt, you know, you get it depending on the type of tree, you get a resin out of it, which you use, you know, for pavement and you know, things of that sort, right? So you can say that that word means residue and it's residue, right? Or you can just say sulfur, right? And the sulfur and the salt of its burning, sharapah, kal aratazah, right? Of all the land, right? Will not be sown, you will not sow, right? Or there will not be any sowing. La'ah tazarai, wa la'ah tamatazach, tatazamach, and there will not be springing up, right? As in it's not going to produce anything, because that word tazama means to spring up, right? It could be plant crops, you could spring up in a surprise attack. Wala'a ya'ala, and it will not ascend upon it. Salakia. Baha, kal aishab, meaning all manner of grass, because that word aishab just means grass or herb, right? It can be herb, grass of the ground, or any type of herb. A leaf, that's an herb. Ka maha hapaktha, ka mahapaktha, right? Like which he overturned, right? That word hapak means to overturn, right? Or to flip over. The Lord unto Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom wa Amorah, Adamah, to Adamah, which was a place, to wa Tazabayayam, and to Zeboim, Ashar Hapak, which he overturned, the Lord Yahweh in his anger, Ba Apwa, and in his fury, Wa Ba Hamathwa, because the root word is ham, meaning heat or hot, which is where you get the word ham from. It just means hot or heat. but this is denoting anger or fury. All right, because that word api means anger. It also means nose, because when you're angry, you start breathing really fast, right? And when you get angry, your face gets red, right? Chum. Wa amarwa, call Hagawayim, and will say all the nations. Al ma, upon what has he done the Lord? Aisha Yahweh. In smiting, kaka, Ursulakia, like smiting, ka meaning like, ka means to smite, or naka. To the land, la arataza, this, hazath, ma haraya, what is this? Is this blazing anger? Haraya ha'ap, blazing anger. Great. Ha-gadol, hazah, this. Wa amarwa al-ashar, izabwa, and it will say upon which they have forsaken to the covenant, Athabarayath, Yahweh, of the Lord of powers, Yahweh Alahaya, Abatham, of their fathers, right? Ashar, which he cut, Karath with them, Ima, Ba Hatazayawo, upon their going out, unto them, upon their bringing out unto them, Atham, from the land of Egypt, Mount Ratazah, Matazarium, Wayalakwa, Waya Ibadwa, and they went and they served to gods others, Alahayim, Harium, and they bowed down to them, Waya Shatach, Wa, Laham, Alahayim, they bowed down unto them, right? Alahayim, the gods, which they did not know, Ashar La'ah, Yadai Ma, or Slakia, which you did not know, Wala'ah Chalak Laham, and which were not portioned unto them, right? Wayachar Ap, and blazed the fury of the Lord Yahweh, Bat Ratazah HaHawa, right, upon the land this, or Slakia, upon the land, right? He, Laha Baya'ah, for he brought it in upon it, Eliyaha, Atha call Ha-Kwala, right? To all the curse, right? Which is written, Ha-Kataba, in the book this, Basapar Hazah. Waya Tasham Yahweh Ma'al, right? Meaning, and he uprooted the Lord from upon, he uprooted them, the Lord from upon their land, right? Ba'ab, in anger, Wabachama, and in fury, Waba Kwatazap, and indignation great, Gadol, Shalakma, and he threw them, right? Because that word shalak means to throw, not shalak means to send out. Al-Arataza, to a land afar off, or another, Harath, which is Arzareth, right? Kayawam, like it is today, like it is day, this, like unto this very day. Like unto the day this, Kayawam Hazah. Right, let's look at that word, Deuteronomy 29:27. Deuteronomy 29:27. Reads the anger of the Lord, or Slakia. That's not what I was looking for. That word for rooted out is Natash, which is Slakia. Let me see if I can get that. Natash meaning to pluck up, right? Pluck up, destroy, expel, right? Pluck up, root out. Really, it means to pull, right? To pull out. Natash. The Syriac says Natash, the same. Tear off, away. Well, it just means to pull. Right? So he pulled them, Yahweh, from upon the land in his anger and in his fury and his indignation great, and he threw them to a land another like the day this. Hana Satar Satarath, meaning that which is concealed is for Yahweh, La Yahweh, our power, Allah Yahweh, Waha Nagalath, right? And that which is, I believe that word is means revealed, or to reveal. Let's get that actually. Salakia, just bear with me. Deuteronomy 29:29. That word is galah. That which is, okay, that's galah. It means to remove. Right? And that which is removed, right, meaning separated unto us, Lanawa, and to our children, Wala Banaya Nawa, even, right? Ad Iwalam, forever, right? La Ishawath, to do. Atha, call the Barya, to all the words of the law. Hatawara, this, right? So there you have it. It's Deuteronomy chapter 29, going into the Hebrew. It's Brother Yatazdak Hero of Israel, right? Lord willing, you were edified and given honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Kwame Asherala, and above all, Shalom.